Show.
Welcome to the NBA All-Star Game here in Charlotte, North Carolina, home of the Hornets. I'm Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the West All-Stars going up against the East All-Stars. What more could you ask for? We have the best of the best in the building tonight. It's a chance for fans to see their favorite players take off the restraints a little, give everybody a show. That's what the All-Star Game is really about. And tonight, the culmination of All-Star Week, the big game, as they say. Shaq, final score is not going to mean much, so what are the guys out here playing for?
A couple of guys will be jockeying for the MVP, and you just got to go out there and say, hey, you know what, I have individual pride. Let me go to work for the fans.
Yeah, if you come out here joking around, thinking that it's just going to be a fun day, you're taking the wrong approach. It is a celebration. However, give the fans more.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of the fans, we love the fans, don't we?
Oh, we love them.
You fans out there, all of you who are watching us right now,
thank you.
We love you. We love you, fans.
From the heart, brother.
We really do.
From the heart.
Touch your TV screen. Touch it.
Touch it.
Touch it. Touch it. Touch it.
Oh, there's something there. There's something there.
UK Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the West All-Stars, we got Ben Simmons. Irving is out there with Steph Curry. And it's LeBron James. And it's Harden in at the 3 slot. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. West All-Stars shooting their first free throw of the night.
This event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And there's the whistle, illegal screen.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Here's Cousins. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan.
I know we never see a lot of defense in these games, but tonight we're not seeing any.
Simply call it a free-for-all. I mean, you want the guys to have fun out there, but it would be nice to see some effort put into the defensive end of the floor.
Here's James following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins and the basket by Harden.
Not a lot in the way of defense here tonight, but you know, that's about the norm.
Yep, this game is always going to be about offense, about entertaining these fans as much as possible.
Now here's Westbrook. Elbow shot. No good on that one. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. Simmons finds Curry. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 6 points.
And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellence on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Now, here's George. Pass to Westbrook. Lays it up and banks it in. Westbrook's got his third basket of the night.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
From about 19 feet, that shot no good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Antetokounmpo kept alive. Dishes it to Westbrook. Good on the three-point shot. 11 points in the game.
You know, when you see Antetokounmpo make a pass like that, it tells you just how much he's matured and grown as a player and decision-maker.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
LeBron. Outside Irving. And the shot is long.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. The West All-Stars pull it in. James outside. Curry kicks to Harden. Shot to stop the run. It's rebounded by Paul.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I did get a chance to speak with Steve Kerr a little bit. He spoke about the game, and Coach made it clear that he was going to get out of the guys' way and let them enjoy themselves. He told me they know what they're doing. Nobody's interested in me drawing up a ton of complicated plays. I'm just going to roll the ball out there and let them play. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Six to shoot. Puts it up from 17. LeBron grabs the miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
A nice shot by Irving.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Now here's Paul. No points in the game yet for him. And it's Westbrook missing. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Curry wide open. No good on the triple. Here are the East All-Stars. Trailing by 2. Paul for 3. That one's not going to go. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Irving. Curry looking around. Back to Irving. Three-pointer. Rebound by the East All-Stars.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Westbrook passes to Paul. it to Cousins. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the West All-Stars. And Curry has it in the corner. That 3 off the mark. George against Harden. George finds Westbrook. Ball with the ball. Four on the clock. Cousins trying to free himself up. Can they get it? Outside for George. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the West All-Stars.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
No good on the free throw.
And if you want to talk about the best two-way players in the NBA, George's name would be high on the list for sure. I mean, that's the kind of presence he has at both ends of the court.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the West. Good on the second free throw. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. The West with the ball. Outside Curry. George against Harden. Back to Curry. Left side Irving. Over DeRozan. Misses off the left iron. Irving's gone 1 of 4 so far. Steps back and shoots. And it's DeRozan missing. And so here are the West All-Stars. And Irving with the basket on the assist by James. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
And DeRozan kicks to Westbrook. Shoots over Curry. It's good. The basket. He's now 5 for 9.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm. High percentage quality shots. And really getting whatever he wants.
James, the pass to Embiid. Poke loose. Outside, out of the Kumbo. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Towns, he's checked in for Cousins. Griffin comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Walker subbed in for George. Then for the West All-Stars, Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Harden. Oladipo comes in for Kyrie Irving, and Lillard subbed in for Steph Curry. On offense, here are the West All-Stars. They trail by 1. LeBron against Towns. Towns with the steal. Outside, Walker. And the layup is good. And it's a 3-point East All-Star lead.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Now here's Griffin after LeBron James's miss. Lillard looking around. Shoots over Walker. And it's Lillard missing. East All-Stars on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. From 13, Griffin can't get it to go in.
There's just a little more defense in this game than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, and I like to see that, quite honestly. I mean, they're battling hard at both ends right now.
Now, here's Lillard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Floats it up for Butler. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Here's Towns. Got a piece of it, and stolen by LeBron. Butler goes in.
You look at Butler and his tenacity jumps out at you. It's incredible. That's one of the reasons you love Butler. Awesome at attacking and earning trips to the foul line when he penetrates.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the East All-Stars.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, Butler is athletic. He's got great skills, but he's also an intelligent player, a natural leader, too, a former 30th pick overall in the 2011 NBA draft. He continues to ascend.
Gordon's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And so Butler nails both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Right side, DeRozan over Butler. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Walker.
Yeah, I think the train has left the station in regards to Walker ever being able to live his shoot-first reputation down. But as we see here, this is a guy who can make some spectacular passes.
Now here's James. Passes it to Embiid. Buries it down low.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, these teams evenly matched, Greg, trading hits and refusing to give up.
That jam!
Come on now, bring the thunder, rock that rim.
No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Hammock, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Butler dishes to Embiid. He can't get it to go. The East All-Stars go the other way with it, and DeRozan kicks to Griffin. Pass to Walker. And it's sent back by Lillard. It's 2-on-1. Here's the teardrop. LeBron can't get it to go. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. And it's DeRozan at the elbow over Butler. Lillard with the rebound.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
27 seconds left to play here in the first. From past the arc. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Griffin kicks to Walker. There's Gordon with the 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Floats it up for James. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. East All-Stars up on top. They lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. A great event unfolding. 1 quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And, you know, fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
On the court for the West All-Stars, Embiid is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Gasol at the 5. Here's Butler. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
You're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And so Butler nails both of them. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Wall looking for an opening. Shoots over Lillard. He's off on that one. Now the West All-Stars the other way. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Embiid and the rejection by Towns.
Great timing on the block there. Towns helps affect winning in a lot of different ways.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 8 points for DeMar DeRozan. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. It sure does look good.
Just 5 on the clock. Back to Towns. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Jokic has checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Simmons checked in for Joel Embiid. Gordon Hayward comes in for Butler. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Oladipo. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Los Angeles. McCollum against DeRozan. It's McCollum on the wing. Here's the lob to Lillard. Plays it in off a pretty alley-oop.
And how's that for communication between teammates? Terrific pass and even a better finish on the alley-oop.
And Wall kicks to Griffin. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Simmons. And it's Griffin with the rebound. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. It's a 3-point game. McCollum outside. Now the pass to Lillard. 3-pointer. And that's Jokic with the rebound. And here are the East All-Stars now. Gasol with the steal. Simmons on the wing. Defended by Griffin. The shot's good from Gasol.
And, you know, Gasol is really superb at scoring over the defense inside. Now, it's not just his height and length, but I think it's his girth, too. He knows how to use every part of his body in close.
Fades and shoots. They get the rebound. Trying to get something going. Wall finds Griffin. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Boy, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
It's Jokic top of the key. Pass to Wall. Now Griffin, covered by Lillard. Fade away. A putback. The West All-Stars pull it in. Hayward, left side. Here's Simmons. Gasol trying to free himself up. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. Now it's a 7-point West All-Star lead. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And the East with some changes. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Griffin. Paul George comes in for Gordon. And it's Paul in for DeMar DeRozan. The West All-Stars also with the Sun. Curry's checked in. Hayward against George. Outside, Wall. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Wall's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Curry against Paul. And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. George against Hayward. Now here is George. Not a lot of room. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother him.
The East All-Stars shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
One shot.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Hayward passes to Gasol. Back to Hayward. Shot clock at 5. Poked away. To the middle. And Wall with the slam.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Curry kicks to Gasol. And that time, also a missed shot. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Ben Simmons.
And, you know, at almost 7 feet tall, Antetokounmpo is dangerous down inside, really. I mean, the defense has to be physical with him if they want to have a chance at preventing him from scoring in the paint.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
You know, what you really like about Antetokounmpo is he wants to keep getting better. I'd say he's accomplished that and then some.
Catching up on the changes for the East. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Jokic. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for John Wall. James Harden, he's checked in for the West. Irving comes in for C.J. McCollum. And so he hits both. And Simmons has got the ball here for the West All-Stars. They trail by 3. Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
And stolen by Cousins. And the wide open shot from Paul. and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the East All-Stars.
The West All-Stars have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. Free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots. I really like how he used his body, got outstanding position on the boards, and then maximized it.
It's Curry outside. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the paint, stolen by Harden. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Cousins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's George. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
Oh, just incredible that spin. Shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
And Kevin, that 3-ball of Curry, damn it. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
And it's Westbrook missing. Here's West now. Here's Irving. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists in the game.
I mean, the airtight handle of Irving, just leaving defenders in his dust.
Here's Cousins. And it's sent back by Irving. And he gets it back. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
And Antetokounmpo really, building on his shooting. That's impressive to see. No way the defense catches up to him when he's rising up right after he gets the pass. No way.
Gasol, no good.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
George finds Cousins. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Cousins has got 6.
And, DeMarcus Cousins is used to playing through contact. I mean, he's excellent at overwhelming the defense with his strength.
Here's Curry with the 3. East grabs the miss. Cousins has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
West All-Stars shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. Good from Simmons.
Boy, the athleticism that Simmons has is downright scary. I mean, remarkable the talent this man has and the potential, I think, to be a multi-time All-Star.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. James is checked in. And he makes both free throws. Here are the East All-Stars. They trail by 1. Curry against Paul. Releases from 15. And then Cousins with the dunk.
He is just a monster on the boards. And with those soft hands Cousins has, he's going to turn those offensive rebounds into putbacks almost every time.
Takes the 13-footer. Harden's shot is off.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Great open look there. And now a 3-point East All-Star lead.
I I think one of Paul George's best shots is his pull-up jump shot. He's been destroying defenses for years with that mid-range pull-up.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, it gets you a standing O.
Outside Irving. Back to Curry. Inside, and Simmons slams it in.
Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Westbrook against Irving. Cousins makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
To the inside, and Harden with the basket on the assist by LeBron. James has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the East All-Stars. Trailing by 2, and there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. Kemba Walker is checked in for the East. And West also making a switch. Embiid's checked in. .135 left to play here in the second quarter.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
Here's Curry, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they really started to get it closer to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part, Greg. Even for the best three-point shooting teams, sometimes you got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
The West All-Stars have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. Free throw good, LeBron.
And really, even at this stage of his career, James just seems ageless. He continues to dominate night in and night out.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the East. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Russell Westbrook. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Butler, he's checked in for James Harden. And both free throws good for LeBron. There's 57 seconds left in the first half. And Walker kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Butler. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
The West All-Stars haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. Free throw good, James. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Left side, DeRozan over Irving. A second chance effort, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jimmy Butler.
You know, despite his youth, Kevin, Towns sees the big picture. I mean, gets points any way you can, and we'll see if he can cash in at the line.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And Towns drops them both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Walker against Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Curry's got 17.
Another one. And he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the West All-Stars. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching some incredible talent. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. An amazing first half of basketball. And it looks like we've got a game on our hands that will cap off this great weekend in style. The East and West both giving the fans everything they could have hoped for. This is shaping up to be an all-star classic.
Obviously, this has been a back-and-forth type of thing, but now you're going to start to see the competitiveness come out in these guys. That's right, Ernie. I have to say it real nice and smooth. Competitiveness. A little more defense, not a lot more, but certainly a lot more intensity. And at the end of the day, every guy on that court out there is built to win.
This particular All-Star game has some real energy. Guys aren't just going out there and going through the emotions. They're actually digging in and trying to win. This is different. I can't wait for the second half.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And welcome back to the second half of the NBA All-Star Game. Always an exciting night of basketball.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And the West All-Stars have possession. 6-point lead. We've got Russell Westbrook, Antetokounmpo out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Wall in at the point guard. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Curry dishes to James. Back to Curry. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got assist number 8 now on the night. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. Trailing here by 8. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Antetokounmpo shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. He doesn't get the second one. And it's the West All-Stars ball. 7-point differential. Irving passes to James. Kicks to Curry. Again, the West All-Stars.
Boy, Curry is so creative and efficient, and when he gets hot and gets going, he rains down points and baskets on the defense.
Out to the right wing. Cousins finds Westbrook. Good, and it's Cousins picking up the assist. And that's now 17 points for Russell Westbrook. And so here are the West All-Stars. Harden inside the three-point line. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins is passed to Wall. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Wall's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. LeBron against Antetokounmpo. LeBron kicks to Irving. Outside Curry. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And there's the feed to Wall. And the layup's good off the glass. And now just a 5-point West All-Star lead.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Loads it up for James. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Here's Wall. Buries it down low. Wall's got 4 this quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Harden outside. It's good from long range.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Westbrook. The East All-Stars check on 2 more.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Yeah, I like how James takes it to the defense. Even if they're all over him, he just muscles it past them.
And the East All-Stars call time here. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And, Kevin, they need this timeout. He's flat out owning them right now. Can't miss.
Changes here for the East. Jokic has checked in for Cousins, and it's Blake Griffin in for Antetokounmpo. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Oladipo, he's checked in for Irving, and Lillard subbed in for Steph Curry.
Well, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Harden against George. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. East All-Stars on defense. They trail by 6. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the West All-Stars?
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Free throw, no good for James. Westbrook wide open. He fires. Nice open look, but it's no good. And so here are the West All-Stars. Here's James. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
First one falls for him. Well, Clark, some G League salaries on the rise due to 2-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it is a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
And James drills them both. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. It's a 10-point game. George misses off the right iron. Here's Harden. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. Off the inbound. And it's off the back rim. No good. Here's Simmons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's what you call being a master of your craft from Simmons. I mean, fooled the entire defense in the paint there.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Taking 2 shots.
2 shots.
The first one falls. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Wall's gone and ice, 5 of 8 shooting from the floor. Tipped away. And now Wall running the floor all by himself. And Wall with the slam.
Man, I like the quick hands of Wall. I mean, seeing him jump all over the opposition and get into the passing lanes to come up with the steal, that's impressive work.
Harden outside. He kicks it to LeBron. And there's the pass to Lillard. Back to James. 4 on the shot clock. The shot missing. Good defense by Jokic. Simmons against Griffin. Pass to Westbrook. Back to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
George with no one around. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And now just a 4-point West All-Star lead. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Checked in for Simmons. And so here are the West All-Stars. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. LeBron kicks to Harden. Over George. Harden can't hit.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Mercy, mercy me.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
And he's able to get it back.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed, feel, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
The East All-Stars have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the East. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Butler, he's checked in for Harden. And McCollum subbed in for Damian Lillard. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Here's LeBron. Got it. Good job in the low post. LeBron's got 10 points here in the second half.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
Jokic doing a nice job getting right to the spot and capitalizing, taking advantage of the high percentage shots.
LeBron against Griffin. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. They lead by 1. Here's Wall. It's rebounded by the West.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
LeBron's shot is good.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And some changes here for the East. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Jokic. And Chris Paul subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the West. Butler against Wall. DeRozan passes to Wall. 6 to shoot. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Hayward outside. No one near James as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range. Ball against McCollum. The East All-Stars check on 2 more.
Guys, this doesn't look like the same team defensively we saw in the first half. I mean, they're flat as day-old pop.
James finds Embiid. And the rejection by Town. Count that one. The East All-Stars lead has been cut to just one on the basket from LeBron. And here's the East. They're on a 20-6 run. Here's DeRozan. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. That's 10 points for DeMar DeRozan. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the East All-Stars.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Embiid against Towns. Pass to Butler. Kicks it to McCollum. And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. The East making a switch. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Then for the West All-Stars, Irving comes in for LeBron. And Curry subbed in for C.J. McCollum. 1:58 left in the third. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Griffin kicks to Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Hayward. To the middle, here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
And not efficient in that first half, but they have really picked it up here. The shots that weren't falling earlier are finally finding the bottom of the net.
And Hayward, the stuff.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
Irving dishes to Hayward. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Griffin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
That free throw good from Griffin. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Towns. Griffin hits them both. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Ball against Curry. Outside Irving. A three-pointer, no good.
And, you know, I have no idea how he missed that one. When there's no defense around, he's usually automatic from there.
DeRozan passes to Antetokounmpo. The dish to Paul. He kicks to DeRozan. Clock at 6. Back to Paul. Over Curry. And Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 4 this quarter.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly looked a lot better offensively.
And so it's the East All-Stars bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Back to the action after this word. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
And the West All-Stars, looking at who they've got. Irving is out there with Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Hayward. And it's Embiid in at the center. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. And here is Cousins.
You know, Butler's got the quickness and the tenacity to be, I think, a nightmare of a defender. Affects that shot for sure.
Hayward can't hit.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Paul. Here's Cousins. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Hayward. And the rejection by Cousins.
You just can't get those kinds of shots past Cousins. When he's in the area, he's really good at getting a hand on the ball.
Ball finds Cousins. DeRozan in the corner. Jump hook. That shot is off. Now the West All-Stars the other way. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The pass to Butler. Here's Curry with the 3. East grabs the miss. Cousins has got rebound number 15 here tonight.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
DeRozan surveying the D. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
At the line number 2.
And that one misses. Paul George, he's checked in for the East. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the West. James Harden comes in for Jimmy Butler. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually, when he's hot, he stays hot.
And so Cousins will bring it up for the East All-Stars. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the 4th. Walker against Curry. Walker dishes to DeRozan. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. A free throw dropped for DeRozan. He's perfect from the line this time. Harden with it. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Curry. And the shot goes in. Curry's got 23.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient. And he is playing to his strengths.
And he recovers it.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. Here's Curry. No good on the quick three.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Antetokounmpo passes to DeRozan. Harden against George. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Knocked loose. Down low. Simmons. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's now 11 points for Ben Simmons.
Can't shake Simmons. He is very used to getting hit on these kinds of looks and just plays right through the contact.
Timeout called, East All-Stars. Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
Westbrook can't get it to go.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
From 8, again, the West All-Stars.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And DeRozan kicks to Westbrook. Shoots over Curry, and it falls over the rim and in. 24 points for Russell Westbrook.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Harden outside to tie it up. Bangs home the trifecta. Harden's got it all tied up now for the West All-Stars.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
DeRozan finds Westbrook. Back to DeRozan. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Harden the pass to Embiid. Shoots over Cousins. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Harden.
Joel Embiid has a nice shooting touch and does not lack for confidence and seems to be getting better in the mid-range area.
George dishes to Westbrook. Shoots over Curry. And Russell Westbrook again. Westbrook's got 15 points in just the second half. Curry kicks to Embiid. Harden outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. George against Harden. George passes to Cousins. They get it back. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Hey, offensive rebounding. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
George against Harden. Here's the break. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Wall's checked in, and West also making a switch. James is checked in. Cousins against LeBron. From 13, Westbrook, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the West All-Stars. Does not fall through. He's missed 6 of his 14 attempts. Feeds to Westbrook. And stolen by Simmons. Teardrop shot. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
How about the determination? Now that's what we call competing for a rebound.
Irving finds Curry over Wall, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's 31 points for Russell Westbrook.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The shot's good from Irving.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Westbrook kicks to Antetokounmpo. Over Simmons. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Harden on the wing. Defended by George.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
Outside, Wall. Back to Westbrook. The West All-Stars pull it in. The feed to Harden. James trying to free himself up. Harden can't hit.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And the shot goes in.
And that's a nice exchange between teammates there. I mean, they really work well together, whether it's All-Star Week or the regular season.
You know, really pretty fresh they get to share this stage together tonight. I mean, they both helped each other to get here, and now they're going to keep helping each other.
And when James gets going, there's no stopping him. Just a dynamite scorer who feels he can get any shot.
Wall passes to Westbrook. Back to Wall. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here's Simmons. Pass to Curry. Over Wall. And that one hits back iron.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been.
The lead pushed to double digits. And now a 10-point East All-Star lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Antetokounmpo has gone 4 of 8 from the floor, 50% of the night. Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And the tradition in honor of just being invited to play here, let alone receiving honors of All-Star Game MVP, just tremendous. In fact, one could argue we had a couple great candidates here, but he deserved it. James finds Curry. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got 9 points here in the second half.
Man, I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Curry against Wall. Over Wall. East grabs the miss. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. He feeds it to Westbrook. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. And now that's 35 points for Russell Westbrook. Now Irving. Curry on the wing. And the three ball is good.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the defense hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. just a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Curry outside. No good on that one. Wall with some nice defense. To the paint. Here's Cousins. Nice yet again. Count it.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now, up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
The free throw drops for Cousins.
As fearless and physical as he is, Boogie gets to the line more than just about anyone.
Passes to Curry. Here's the three. No good on that one. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Curry against Wall. Kicks to Cousins. Knocked loose and stolen by James. Deflects the pass. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. To the middle. Here's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
On the wing, Harden. Over George. Harden, no good.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Westbrook kicks to George. Curry against Wall. Back to George. 6 on the shot clock. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George, something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
So it's the East All-Stars winning this one easily.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights